Good evening, America. It is Friday, April 24th, 2026. I'm Charlie, and you're right where you need to be. So pull up a chair, kick off your boots, and get comfortable because the week is over and Friday night reset starts right now. We've got a lot of ground to cover tonight, guys. Here on the Conservative Viewpoint, we're looking out at a world that seems to be spinning faster every day, right? But tonight, we're going to slow it down, sort of through the noise, and get to the truth. First up, GHISLAINE Maxwell. She's back in the headlines, yes. Just when you thought the Epstein saga couldn't get any murkier, word is leaking out of D.C., but there's talk of potential pardon or a clemency. The question's on everyone's mind. What does she know? Who is she willing to name to get out of that Texas cell? Is this finally the moment the elite network gets exposed? I doubt it. Or is it just another layer of cover-up? Let's go with that one. We're going to be diving into the latest filings in that political firestorm brewing on Capitol Hill. But then, we're turning our eyes overseas to the Iran conflict. It's hitting a critical fever pitch with the IRGC seizing vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, whatever, and reports of the fractured leadership in Tehran. Retention is palpable. The blockade is holding, but for how long? We'll discuss what it means for the energy independence and why the next few days could determine the map of the Middle East for the next decade. And of course, we have to talk about the C word. Yes, I'm talking about corruption. It seems like every time we turn around, there's a new task force or a new investigation. The Democrats are playing the anti-corruption card ahead of the midterms. But is it just a smoke screen for their own backroom deals? Absolutely. From suspicious stock trades to foreign business ties, we're asking the hard questions. Will it ever end? Or is the swamp just getting deeper? I believe it's the deeper part. But hey, it's Friday night. We aren't just here to talk shop. We're going to empty the inbox, hear from you guys in chat, and we're going to get your minds right so we can head into our weekend with our heads held high and our values intact. So stay tuned. We're just getting started. This is the Friday Night Reset here on the Conservative Viewpoint. So let's get into it, shall we? The show begins now. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Night Reset. Oh, yes, guys, we're here. I did some rearranging today so I can be looking straight. I had to raise my camera up a little bit. So if I look a little funny, let me know. Because, yeah, it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you what here. So let's get over here, and we'll see what's going on and see who's over here. We got Lee. What up, Lee? Over in Facebook. We got West One over there in Kick. What's going on, man? And what else we got going on? We got, I see Colin over there. We got Texas John. We got, Texas John's at the hockey rink. Are you at Tammy's hockey rink, Texas John? We got Colin from Scotland. We got Kat from McCassel. She's right there. Yes, she is. Greg Carnes Jr., truck driver extraordinaire right there. Yes, sir. Check out his podcast. Not doing one on Wimpy because you can't go live unless he posts on there. He can post a thing, but he can't go live on Wimpy. No, long story. Don't worry about it. But get on here, get on Rumble. Check out Greg Carnes Jr. You'll love his podcast. Alrighty then. Let's shoot over to the Getter Gang over here. See who we got started off. I'm trying to get used to my mouse because the way I had to arrange my monitors is kind of tough here. So Radical Red Sean Justice started us off. What's up, Sean? Mr. Joe Public. Oh, what's happening, Joe? Hey, Dover. What's going on? One Dover's in there. Comrade. What's going on? You like this? This is my new one, guys. This is another new one. I had to wear it today. Like this? This was a good one. I just bought this one, too. And I like it. So I had to show you guys this one today. So, guys, welcome. Texas Red. There she is right there. Welcome, everyone. It's nice to see everyone. So we're going to get busy. We're going to get going. We got a lot to go over. I'm telling you what. You guys are going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because we're going to have some fun. William B., what up, William Brown? In Facebook. State, PA is so corrupt. Our Senate is pathetic. Our own senator in the 46th district knee deep in it. Bartolotta DeWeese. Yes, I'm seeing so much stuff going on. It's crazy, right? Got a lot to go over with that. But yeah, first thing I want to go. It's pretty sad when our state is the best represented by rogue Democrats. Ain't that the truth, Lee? But you know what I found out today? That when you see attack ads or ads that are favoring politicians and they're not signed by, paid for by the representative or the person that's running, that anyone could put an ad out. And it doesn't matter if you favor one party or another, or if you favor one person to another. It's actually illegal for someone that puts an ad out attacking someone or for someone that's not paid by that person. You can put an ad out all you want. If I want to clarify this and stop blabbering, then what the hell? You can put an ad out for anybody you want. As long as you don't talk to that person, you can pay for it, but they cannot be talked to at all in any part of the way when you put that ad out. Did you guys realize that? I can put an ad out for anybody I want, as long as I don't talk to that person about it. So when you're talking about like people in our 46th district that I cover, I cannot talk to Bartolotta and put an ad out in favor of her or Butkin, attacking him or anything. So the fact they don't have to show that as part of their finances. So you go into these people's finances, any politician, and I checked out all kinds of stuff today that makes pretty funny when Bartolotta sits there and wants to accuse Butkin of having dirty money financing his campaign. Now, I'm afraid to tell you what. No, he doesn't. Because somebody puts an ad out attacking somebody else, even if it's his opponent, doesn't mean they're financing his company, or the other way around. She can't put ads out attacking him and not say that it's not being financed. If she knows about that ad prior to it being put out, or he knows about an ad prior to put out, that's illegal on both of their parts. And I'm not. That is just using that as an example. That is not what's happening, because it could be any politician can do this as long as you do not talk to the person doing it. But the problem is, I have a problem with some of these ads that are going out here that you can't get the information unless you're talking to the person involved. So that is something that needs investigated, totally investigated, because we know the corruption on the Bill DeWeese side is straight out of the Democrat playbook. He's a lobbyist married to a senator that's running for the same seat, and it doesn't work that way. You can't be a lobbyist and actually lobby your own wife. That's not, no. So there's so much going on, guys, that it's crazy. But I didn't think you guys would know that. I did a lot of research today on this stuff, and you can look up anybody's finances all you want. Any politician, you can look it up. Now, as of May 8th, I think it is when they start coming out for this year. You can't look at anything that's happening this year. You can look at 2025 on somebody that's already been in politics a year prior and shows what their finances are, but the new finances come out in May. So I'm going to be looking back at those too when they come out. But guys, we got a lot going on tonight. I'm telling you what. And we are starting off crazy tonight. It's really crazy. What's going on, everyone? To make sure I got everybody before we get on. Looks like we do. I walked out of the back patio and almost stepped onto a possum. Oh, jeez. Don't be walking on no possum there, radical right. All right, here we go. We're starting off, guys, tonight with GHISLAINE Maxwell. Oh, yeah, she's hitting the news tonight. And, you know, I cannot stand pedophiles. And even though she's just a trafficker, but for who, right? We've been wondering this ever since this started years ago, right? We've been wondering this stuff. Who has she been trafficking for? Well, first off, she asked a judge again to vacate her sex trafficking conviction again. So the problem with this is that, yes, we are hearing rumors that Trump is considering a pardon or what the hell did I say? To dispose of her thing. We're going to see what happens with that. No, nothing verified on that yet. But the problem I have with this all is the testimony that they convicted her on was from 4 so-called victims in here. And remember, I am not condoning what she's done. We know what the hell's going on this island, right? We know what happened. We know there is criminal pedophiles out there, just like that Prince Andrews. We know it all happened. We know more people happened. We know Bill Clinton was there. We know everybody that was there, that they're hiding a name. But you got the 4 women in there named in court as Jane, Kate, Caroline, and Annie Farmer. So those women testified. It was their word against hers on that one. Now, financial records showed a $30 million link. As J.P. Morgan testified that Epstein transferred over $30 million to Maxwell's accounts between 1999 and 2007. Now, that it was for payment recruitment. Evidence showed Maxwell frequently handled the cash payments, often $300 to $400, given to the girls after massages. Okay, everybody gets massages, right? You go to a massage parlor, you get massages. If you have a masseuse that comes to your house, like they have traveling masseuses, okay. But does that make it sex trafficking? No. So domestic staff testimony, they had 2, or 1. Beach Palm house manager. The rule book testimony, that's all they had. These are all people that testified in this thing. But for who, okay? Who is she trafficking these girls for? Flight logs. Okay. Sex toys we're talking about. Staff testified. It just says staff. Doesn't say who the staff was. Why are they hiding people's name that were staff? Finding sex toys in the massage rooms. Well, go figure that one, right? And one accuser testified that Maxwell used a vibrator on her. Okay. So, where's the pedophiles? This is what they convicted her on. 20 years, I think she got. But they're not giving any of the people that she trafficked them for. So, if it's sex trafficking, bring us the criminals that were there, who she was trafficking these kids for. They're not giving you any of that information. So, this is what is funny about what's going on, because you know there's more to it than that. You got to be more to it than that. Now, if Trump's considering pardoning her, there's got to be something that she's going to give up. Now, is that a fact? Is it going to give up, or are they hiding something? What is your opinion, guys, in chat? Kurt, what's happening, man? Yeah, commutation. Thank you, Gregory. He's going to commute her sentence or pardon her. They haven't said yet. It's just a speculation that that's what they're going to do. I am not savvy enough to look me up. Finally found you. Works for me, William B. Glad you found me, man. All right. But that was my whole thing about this. Is it a cover-up, or is it something that she's going to put something out? Give names. I wish we could just sit there and talk to her and try to find out some names before they get to her. I think you're right, Conrad. And if she don't watch it, she got to get Hillary too. They are all trying to save their own asses. You got that right, Fix. And hi, Fix. They are all covering their asses because I'm surprised she made it this long in prison. To be honest with you, that's for sure. I'm surprised she even made it. Damn it, I just lost an article I didn't want to lose. Oh well, let's go to this one. Trump says that they're going to scrap the 2020 election if that SPLC fraud is proven. The Southern Poverty Law Center that we were talking about, that they were paying for all this stuff that's going on, for the activists, for all the racist places and all that stuff. If it's in Charlottesville, all that stuff, if it is found to be true, and he is going to, the 2020 presidential election should be permanently wiped from the books. That means anything and everything that Biden did will be null and void. That includes pardons and everything. What are the chances we're ever going to see that happening? He and Bill paid her a visit. Oh, no kidding. I did not know that, right? You know when something's going to happen. It sure feels good being home, even if it's just for the night. I'm sure it is, Gregory. All right. Let's keep going here. We got a lot to cover tonight, guys. Trump is pushing to restrain birthright citizenship. Gets ammo from an unlikely source. To help with this, you won't believe it. Liberal polling group. Yes, this is from the Pew. I think it is the Pew Research Center, which is a big, huge liberal polling center. And they're actually polling that found 9% of births in the U.S. in 2023 were all from illegal migrant criminals. Yes, sir, Bob. And that averages to a total of 245,000 of those babies. 320,000 of these babies were born to illegal criminals in 2023 alone. That's 3 years ago, right? 245 of those babies had fathers who were not citizens and were illegal themselves. So this is what they're showing. And out of roughly 3.6 million babies born in 2023, a quarter of them, pretty much a quarter of them, 320,000 were, that's about 10%, huh? Were illegals. That's why this stuff needs to stop. Other countries have done the same thing and have similar laws allowing birthright citizenship, and it's got to stop, right? Joe Petto got 81 million votes. Yeah, right. From China, radical right. Exactly. Fucking anchors. Exactly. You're welcome and not necessary for my heart. Okay. Yeah, if I'm a racist, at least I want to take first place. You got to do it right. If they're calling you that, Fix, you got to take it. It's going to wear that as a badge of honor. That's for sure. I'm going to. That's for a fact. I don't give a shit. Call me a racist. Call me a fascist. I'll take that shit. That's for fact. We got the Kurt from the Bayou in the house. Request set. All right. Let me make sure you don't miss nobody here. Trump says the U.S. is in no rush, but the clock is ticking for Iran. As far as making a deal goes, Iran still sits there and says there's nothing. They're not talking about nothing. They're not doing a damn thing. They are obliterated. I don't even know if they know who the right person to talk to in Iran because everybody's dead. So what the hell? Joe Biden got 81 million votes prior to him letting in 20 million illegal. Think about that. Yeah, exactly, Dover. Isn't that funny how that works? China was busy. Oh, got the hookup for crawfish boil. Oh, that sounds so good, Kurt. But Trump does something right in Iran here, and he gives the Navy, I told you this yesterday, shoot on sight order a day after firing its leader from the Navy. Shoot on sight. That's exactly what he should be doing. That is a fact. I got to get used to this mouse. I got two screens here. I got one screen here, and I had to set it up for my mouse to move. And that's not an easy thing to do. That's crazy. So I have to go from this screen up to this screen over to here to get over here to talk to people. They will bomb the shit out of them. I hope they do, Texas Red. That's what needs to happen. Stop messing around and just tear into them because they have nothing left. All they got is those little fast boats and nothing else. So that's what needs to get done. All right. Except TV, the candidate running will have to sign off on it. Okay. All right. Now, Iran's goal, they think they're going to torpedo Trump's presidency. You can't torpedo a man that can't run again. The man is in, he's done, he's not going anywhere. He got 3 more years, and this is what Iran says that they're trying to do. They're trying to torpedo his presidency. You can't ruin the man's presidency. He's got everything he needs now, and these people think they're going to torpedo his presidency. You're just making it stronger, is what they're doing, because the U.S. economic chokehold on Iran reaches peak leverage as a collapse risk is emerging for them. They will collapse because they have no income coming in now because of the strait being down. Had a small pound of crawfish today. Oh my, you guys are making me hungry over there with that crawfish talk. But because of this blockade they got set up on the strait, it is costing Iran $435 million a day in combined economic damage. That is something that these people cannot afford. So this is what's happening right now. And darn it, but you got the Democrats sitting there running their mouths and stuff, playing the fear factor game again, and telling people that Trump's going to use nuclear warheads against Iran. Oh my God, I'm so sick of these Democrats. It's unreal. Exactly. If the Democrats win, and I'm taking this from Texas Red over here, if the Democrats win in November, Trump will be impeached immediately. That'll be their first thing to do. He will be impeached immediately. And then that whole administration will be a lame duck administration. So this is why we keep pushing the fact that you cannot let them win. That's why we have to make sure everybody gets out and votes and gets it done, because Trump, this stuff that's going on with these Democrats lying their asses off and the sheep believing them, just like this, with about the nuclear war. Trump actually had to go out there and Trump had to dismiss the idea of a nuclear weapon against Iran and lashes out at a reporter for that stupid question. But you know the Democrats put this stuff out because they have nothing to run on but stupidity, and they are full of that. President Trump scolds a reporter after asking if he would use a nuclear weapon against Iran. He said immediately, "No, I wouldn't. We don't need it. Why do I need it? Why would a stupid question like that be asked? Why would I use nuclear weapons?" Wait a second until it comes up. Why would I need to use a nuclear weapon? We have totally, in a very conventional way, decimated them without it. And that is a fact. Why the hell would you do that? And why the hell would you ask a question like this? This is your fake news media being pawns of the Democrats, just like everybody else that they're making them do their bidding. Act Blue and all those guys. And who was the other one we talked about yesterday? That's taking foreign money from people, foreign money in for the Democrats, paying these dumbass lame sheep to do their bidding, to commit violence, to burn places down, to attack people. This is what the Democrats do. This is their war. Civil war will follow. Absolutely, Fix. Trigger words for the sheep. Absolutely. This is what they do. This is what the Democrats do constantly. Now, yet again, GOP had to block another bid to rein in Trump as Iran war rolls on. Yes, they're trying to block his war powers again. And get this one. Where's it at? Where is it at? It's so bad. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, come on. I know it's here some damn place. But I'll just tell you, because already the Democrats are trying to rein in Trump's war power on Cuba. We're not even doing anything to Cuba right now. We're not going to war with them. Nothing. But they're going to try to rein in his war powers before anything could happen. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. I don't know what I did with it. I know it's here somewhere. And I know I put it in here because it just goes to prove, because the rest of this is Democrat part of this thing that never stops. And you'll see that as we go through this here. Oh, here it is. Yes. U.S. Democrats look to rein in Trump's war powers, this time on Cuba. The Senate will vote as soon as next week on a Democrat-led effort to prevent Trump from launching an attack on Cuba, Senate aides said on Friday, today, responding to the Republicans' threat to take military actions against the island. Democrat Senator Tim Kaine, Adam Schiff, Ruben Gallego introduced a Cuba war power resolution last month. Under Senate rules, the Senate Republican leaders must also or allow it to come up for a vote. This is so pathetic. This is how pathetic these Democrats are. This is what they're trying to do before even anything's talked about and going to do anything about it. But this is what the Democrats done. Oh, I screwed up. I've got a couple more things here. Why this got in here in front of this? Let me move down real quick. But first thing we got is the Iran new supreme leader, the new Ayatollah. I told ya, the lip-ritz and little bitch. Well, according to this, and who is this from? Newsmax said the new leader needs plastic surgery and a prosthetic leg. Yes, so he was hit. The new Ayatollah gave me. Oh, yeah. So, supposedly he needs a new leg. So, that was something that's come up in Iran. So, pretty much they've been decimated, right? Right, Cuba. Cuba is not a threat to us as far as the terrorists like in Iran. Cuba is not, they do not have a military that could even match anything close. We can send a couple paddle boats out there and take out Cuba. And we'll get one of those ones that you put your feet in, and you pedal it. You can take out anything like that. Just put a little machine gun on top. Cuba's done. All right, first thing here, I got DeSantis drives Florida redistricting push to protect the GOP majority. We talked about that yesterday. It came up in today's thing for some reason, but I had to throw it out there, so I just threw it out there. So we know what's going on. He knows what he's trying to do. I like him, so we'll see what happens when that comes up. Make sure I got to pick up tomorrow. Okay. Holy shit there. Gregory's come in for one day and out the next. Over a dozen Democrats demand Trump administration, get this, protect Iranians living in the U.S. Are you shitting me? Why the hell would we protect these Iranians? Get them the hell out of here, send them back to Iran where they belong. They want to come back in legally, come back in legally. They're probably here legally. I don't know. Maybe they're here on a work visa. But these dumbass Democrats, this is what they want. They've signed a letter. The Democrats, don't worry, they signed a letter urging the president and administration to protect Iranians living in the U.S. who could not safely return to Iran. Put them on a plane, send their asses over there. They want to go? Get them out. You have no problem letting illegals fly everywhere. Why not put these in there? Hope Florida does it, right? Exactly, Texas Red. When Florida gets their mind to it, they can do it. So we'll see what happens. And now Representative Clyde introduces a bill to end temporary protective status after 10 Republican votes to extend Haitian protection. Now, we talked about this yesterday because of what went on in Charleroi, PA, about these Haitians being in there taking over American jobs because of Cameron Bartolotta, right? So, these, according to the law, that you can only extend one time up to 4 years total for these people. Most of these people have been here way too long, and they should not be extended. But they have tried to extend it. Now they're putting in a bill to end it. It's called a temporary protective status. For some godforsaken reason, they made it temporary. I don't think the people understand what the word means when it says temporary. That is a big problem. And people need to start listening to the law and get them the hell out of here. And talking about ragtops, were we talking about ragtops? I believe we were. Omar's, oh yeah, listen to this, California winery. Her winery, LLC, dissolved just 9 days after she scrubbed millions of dollars from her financial disclosure. Isn't that funny how that works? Would you not call this fraud or what? So the Gateway Pundit previously reported on Omar's husband, Tim Mynet's ESTCRU LLC, also known as the S Crew Wines, was at a heart of suspicious asset explosion that rocketed the couple's net worth to a high as $30 million before suddenly vanishing into thin air. The financial disclosure forms filed by the wife, Representative Omar of Ragtop herself, it went from being worth $51,000 in 2023 to as much as $30 million in 2024. I want to see her tax returns from 2020 all the way up till now, because the winery was worth $15,000 and $50,000, and a stake in your venture capital management that her husband owned was worth between $1 and $1,000, as well as various retirement accounts, making a combined total assets worth no more than $208,000. Omar's 2024 financial disclosure report filed in 2025. Remember, I just said a year has to go by. Lists stakes in S Crew, the winery, worth between $1 million and $5 million, and a stake in Rose Lake Capital worth between $5 million and $25 million, making both of your assets potentially worth $30 million, an increase of more 140 times just in 1 year. So her financial reports in 2025 showed the money. Where's the money at now? Is there a little bit of fraud going on here, guys? What do you say? They are doing good, Cat, or Texas Red. I put some drops in it before I came down here, so they're clearing up nicely. Thank you for that, Cat. They are doing good. Our Texas Red. Sorry about that. Wow. All right. But you see what I'm going at here, guys? There's fraud going on here. And now they're going to dissolve the LLC for the winery, and it'll make it all go away. Since there was no actual real wine sold or anything like that, why is she not being arrested? There's clear, we could all see it, and nothing's happening to her. This is what Ragtop's doing, and she's probably going to skip town. Somebody's got to do something. Fraud is going crazy with these people, and these dumbass Republicans don't do shit about it. Let's talk about dumbass Democrats. Schumer is now rushes to defend the SPLC after it was exposed for apparently funding racist extremism. This is, how much more do you need? How many times do we tell you about the Democrats are the party of racism, the party of hatred, the party of pedophilia, the party of everything wrong with this country? How many times do we have to say it? Now he's supporting this after they've been proven, and he is defending them. This is the pathetic part of what's going on. Every time we turn around, we see this. And I should have put this part in the world. I told you we had Bill Gates on today from last night's show. 120,000 account error. Got Trump 34 night. Exactly, Texas Red. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Trump gets perp walk off of lies. Now we got actual facts. We've had actual facts, and these Republicans do nothing. Republicans, and they've done nothing. This is the pathetic part. All right, Rock. What's happening, Rock? She's hiding behind the bushes. Whoa, who's hiding behind bushes? She got no bush in that head. Rip that rag off her head so we can see that. Bill Gates' world continues to unravel with the Epstein Foundation, and his foundation is starting to lay off people. The Epstein files may have largely disappeared from the 24-hour news cycle on this side of the Atlantic, but the damning revelation they contain nevertheless continue to haunt former associate and the dead pedophile, especially Microsoft co-founder and vaccine champion Bill Gates. While maintaining that he did nothing illicit, liar, Gates reportedly apologized to staff at the Gates Foundation at a town hall in February, acknowledging the negative impact that his ties developed from Epstein and his conviction in 2008 for soliciting sex from minor girls have had on the organization, and stressing that it was a huge mistake to spend time with Epstein. Our work is very reputational and sensitive, said the billionaire. I mean, people can choose to work with us or not work with us. I love it because the man needs to go down. He has started too much shit by that lab-grown meat stuff, buying all these farms up, closing them down, and the vaccine, he had his money, he was making money left hand and fist over this fake poison vaccine. And this is the problem right here, I'm telling you. Schumer is a snake. He is a straight up snake. They all are. Every time we turn around, this is what we get. Every time we turn around, you open your inbox, or at least mine, or you turn on a TV, you watch the news, you're finding this corruption at its best with these Democrats, and it never stops. When the hell is it going to stop? When we start putting people in jail. That's when it stops. And with these Republicans in there, they're not going to do it. New reports from a conservative think tank claims that Gavin Newsom spent $1 billion to import 400,000 illegal criminals into California. I'm not lying to you guys. That's a fact right there. According to the new report in the Manhattan Institute, California Gavin Newsom not only allowed thousands of illegals to pour into the state, he paid a massive amount of money in order for it to happen. This was done mainly through grants that were given to charities, which then turned around and aided all illegal immigrants, criminals. These were tax dollars. People in California essentially paid without their consent, without them knowing. The taxpayers should be furious over there. But what do? They applaud this piece of shit for spending billions of dollars on these illegal criminals to come in there and destroy the state, kill Americans, and everything. Not only that, Newsom funneled nearly $1 billion to immigration NGOs. A growing political fight is unfolding over California's immigration spending after an investigation reported allegedly that the state has built a large public-funded ecosystem of nonprofit organizations providing legal aid, housing assistance, advocacy tied to immigration policy, on top of everything else. But then you've got Angel Moms blast California bill to fund taxpayer-paid legal defense for illegal criminals facing deportation. This Angel Mom that her kid was killed by an illegal criminal is fighting this because California is paying for these criminals to have legal representation. Even though they killed this poor lady's son, in a shooting. And these Democrats are proposed a bill that would use taxpayer dollars to fund legal defense for immigration facing deportation. She urged voters to stop this insanity. She says that my son was murdered. She said, not one politician has ever contacted me. Not one politician said, I'm so sorry that this previously deported criminal shot and killed your son. Not one of them, she said. That's a quote from her. This is the problem that we've got going on, guys. And it's not only happening in California. It's just the tip of the iceberg. But it's happening everywhere. And we're not done with California, guys. This is every day we see this stuff. Newsom-backed law now lets illegal criminals, child rapists, seek early release again, as DA urges to stop the madness. They are releasing pedophiles. What do we get when you get a Democrat? You get a pedophile protector. It's a fact right there. I don't know how many times we could go back to all my old shows and show how many times these Democrats protect pedophiles. They obviously are protecting pedophiles with the Epstein files because they should have and could have released all these files back when they had run of the whole government, when they were propping up Joe Biden in the White House somewhere with a stick up his ass. But they did nothing for 4 years. What did they do for 4 years under Biden? They tried to think of ways to get Trump. And what did they continue to do? The same damn thing. This is what the Democrats do all the time. They don't care about you, the American people. They care about keeping pedophiles on the streets. They care about illegal criminals to vote for them. That's what they care about. What the hell is this? Oh, here we got another one. Illegal criminal attacks a mother and a toddler in a place I never thought would happen. In broad daylight, in Texas. No, I'm not lying to you. It happened in San Antonio, Texas. A 3-year-old girl is recovering from serious injuries after a violent attack at a Southside San Antonio park. The authorities say they also left her mother injured and led to the arrest of a 24-year-old illegal criminal facing multiple felony charges. How many more times do we have to see this and hear this, that illegals are committing crimes against American citizens? You see it every day on the news if you watch the news, and if you're smart, you would stop watching the news. Don't stop watching the show. Not my show. We'll have to have more Throwback Thursdays and stuff instead. But the fake news media, because of this shit. Because the reason I bring this stuff up is because this is another reason why we got to make sure we get out and vote these Democrats the hell out of here. We've got to get them out. Totally. There's too much stuff going on here. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this one. You guys going to see this one. This is a old resurfaced video of Newsom throwing a tantrum after a reporter asked him about giving alcohol to his 19-year-old girlfriend. Oh no, I'm not lying to you. Take a look for yourself.
A resurfaced clip shows Newsom's explosive reaction to a reporter's question.
Hasn't been a very easy week for you, and I'm wondering whether you have any comment on the Mateer and Roth story about the drinking.
Thank you very much. That was a great cheap shot. You can't help yourself. You cannot. Just know, for the record, it's increasingly impossible to have a conversation.
The mayor was out there. The mayor was out there.
No, just know it's not personal when I walk by you. You just send some other reporters. It's going to be a lot easier now.
Mayor's not personal here either.
You keep missing consistently a lot of facts because your opinion is so enthusiastic to get in the way on it. And then, let me tell you, the investigation is not helped by a lot of things that are in the report. Just stating that factually as well.
It's just a story, Mayor.
He's just a pansy-ass little bitch, is what he is. He gets caught with a 19-year-old giving her alcohol underage. The son of a bitch should be in jail. Plus, he's like 90 or something, right? The son of a bitch should be in prison. Another perfect example of a pedophile on the streets in California, nonetheless. Oh my God. One city at a time, military clean house. Oh, ain't that the truth? You see Jane Fonda on CNN. I try not to watch Jane Fonda. She's an activist from the old days, and she's just a Democrat, as simple as that. Hey, you guys remember Katie Porter from California? Katie Porter, she's running for governor in California. She suggests that she will defend truckers who can't speak English from Trump in bizarre debate moment. Yes, another pathetic Democrat from California wanting to give truck drivers CDL license. Oh yeah, and now she's going to defend them, right? But you guys remember her? Oh yeah, she's the one that decided she's cutting off the show from CBS interview. I showed that a long time ago, but we're going to relive it right now. Take a look.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. So you don't
I
think
feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
A California gubernatorial.
You guys remember her? Remember that dumb bitch? She thinks she's going to win governor when she can't even answer questions. And this is from CBS. Holy shit. From CBS, she won't answer questions from them. You know she's hiding stuff. And this is the same one that yelled in the background, "Get out of my shot!" Oh, yeah. Because she the bitch, they said she's mean to her people and everything, and she thinks she's going, and now she's going to defend illegal criminals driving tractor trailers, 80,000 pounds or whatever they have in there without loaded and stuff. And she thinks she's going to become governor. This is a sad. Oh, this is sad. I'm telling you what. All right, shit. Elizabeth Warren now confronted on calling controversial Senate candidate Graham Planter her kind of man. This is the guy I told you about yesterday that has Nazi tattoos and shit on him. Oh no, it was on his chest, they said. And does it prove anymore that Democrats are the party of hatred and the party of violence, the party of racism? Her kind of man is a Nazi. How much more proof do you need, you idiot liberals out there? How much more proof do you need? She is a sweaty, nasty, fat thing. Is that not a fat cat? She is nasty as all get out. And Pocahontas there wants to sit there and the best man, that's her kind of man, a Nazi commie. Holy shit, guys. How much more do we need? Oh, hey, get this one. New York City neighborhood where 70% of the people in this neighborhood voted for McDummy are now suing his administration for locating a homeless shelter in their neighborhood. Oh, yeah. This is what the people get for voting for a jihadist Muslim in New York to ruin the biggest city in our country. This is what they get right now because this jihadist piece of shit doesn't know anything about a job. Never had a job except for a failed rapper. Last thing I got for you guys for tonight on this Friday night is a trans mental freak. On top of that, he's a teen transgender identifying substitute teacher. They let this freak teach in a school, allegedly made online threats to Loudoun County School District. Why in the first place would you let a mental freak that can't even tell you what sex he is teach kids? This is the problem with these Democrats. This is totally out of control. Somebody needs to do something. People are not making their priorities right. The priorities should be first and foremost protecting these children from freaks like this, but they're not doing it. That's what I have a problem with everything that's going on, guys. Holy shit. It's crazy. Again, I don't have anger issues. I'm passionate about what we're doing, and I showed you that yesterday. My anger thing, I'm going to keep that for next week and show it again. But here, I want to show you a couple videos before we go. This one here is first. I think this should be my new theme song. And you guys let me know in chat what you think. Reopen the exactly, Rock. They need to reopen the mental institutions. Zombie worms. What? Ancient life form fall begins to reproduce. Holy shit, we got zombie worms, guys. That just came from Fox News. They're coming to life. I'm not lying to you. That's what they just told me. Ancient life form thawed and begins to reproduce. Man, don't let them reproduce. Separate them things. Anyway. All right, listen to this and tell me if you think this should be my new theme song.
I don't care if they talk shit. I don't talk to hypocrites. If you hate me, that's just fine. Go on down and get in line. They try to tell me what I need, and it sure ain't nothing good for me. Don't care what they say, it's all just talk. Gonna head my way and walk my walk. They try to bend me, but I won't break. I pay no mind to the noise they make. I keep my head, I hold my ground. Ain't no man gonna knock me down. They can swing, but I won't flinch. I was built for times like this. So talk your shit, but be aware. I don't care.
I think that should be my new theme song. I'm liking that one. Last one I'm going to give you is another song before we go. Cat K3. Good night, everyone. Last one. This one is called Made in America Song. I love this one. Guys, you'll like it too. Take a look.
Made in America, rough and loud. Middle finger high to the soft ass crowd. No silver spoon, just grit and pain. I was baptized in the pouring rain. You could talk that shit, but the truth don't lie. Real ones bleed, they don't just try. Yeah, I came up Maine where the wolves run free, hard wide and made in America. That's me. Yeah. And made in America. That's me.
There you go, guys. That's Made in America. I like those. Yes, Texas Red Center. That one, I think, should be my theme song. Somebody made that up on AI. I liked it. I don't care. I don't care if it was. Sherry! What's going on, Sherry? Thank you. I liked it, too. Hey, Pat's over in Facebook. What's happening, Pat? Our Pat's over in Facebook, everyone. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you guys are awesome for tuning in with me on this Friday night. It was freaking awesome. I'm glad you guys showed up. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'm going to try to relax, keep the drops in my eyes for Monday. Hopefully we have a good time on Monday too coming up. Couldn't get on Rumble. Pat couldn't get on Rumble. I'm just glad you come in to say hi, Pat. There's William B. right there. But guys, thank you again. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'm not going to keep you, so I am going to leave you with this. Because that, my friends, is a wrap for this edition of the Friday Night Reset here on the Conservative Viewpoint. But before we part ways, I want to say a sincere thank you. Whether you are listening from your truck or at your desk or in a living room, thank you for spending your Friday night here with me, guys. We live in a world that tries to keep us divided and distracted. But when we come together like this to seek the truth, we are doing something powerful. So as you head into your weekend, I want you to remember something. You are the backbone of this country. The values that you hold your hard work, your faith, and your common sense, those aren't just old-fashioned. They are the fuel that keeps the engine of liberty running. So take this time, recharge, hug your family, enjoy the fresh air, and remember that no matter how loud the noise gets, you have the power to stay grounded. So now enjoy your weekend. Get out there and make it a great one. But don't get too comfortable, guys, because we are coming back here Monday night for the weekend wrap-up. I have no idea what stories I'm going to have. It may change the way you look at the headlines for the rest of the year. Who knows? We'll keep tracking behind the scenes of the stories that most people are too afraid to touch. And on Monday, I'll be pulling back the curtain on some new headlines. You are not going to want to miss a single second of the conservative viewpoint, because you never know what's going on, what's going to happen over the weekend, especially with our government, right, guys? So have a fantastic weekend, America. Stay sharp, stay inspired, and I'll see you back here live on Monday night. Good night, everyone.